Let's get ready, say go. This was one, this was one, this was one, this was one. Let's go, this was one, this was one, this was one, this was one. Rainbows in the sky, let's fly away like a bird. You're free to see the boundless face of the earth. Let the wind blow you like a knife and glide away. Far beyond the clouds, you'll find another place. If the road ahead seems so cold and gray, night never turns to day. Don't you be afraid. Go and fly away. Chala, hey chala. No time to hesitate. Go on and search the earth. Within it lies a magic surprise. Oh, chala, hey chala. Don't be afraid. You got the power to get through the darkest nights. Chala. Zooming round and round in the sky like a coaster. Hold on tight, or you may find yourself trapped in a maze. When that happens, you may think you will never find your way. As the past, you may take seem all the same. If the road ahead should lead you so cold and gray, when night never turns to day, don't you be afraid. Go and fly away. Chala, hey chala. No time to hesitate. Go on and search the earth. Within it lies a magic surprise. Oh, chala, hey chala. Be cool, don't be afraid. You got the power to get you through the darkest night. Hey chala. No time to hesitate. Go on and search the earth. Within it is a magic surprise. Oh, chala, hey chala. Be cool, don't be afraid. You got the power to get you through the darkest nights. Chala.
Oh, for sure.
It's Friday night, and you know what that means. It is time for Spaghett Friends Toy Show, episode 343. What is going on, people? This is your boy Smith, alongside my North American thick boy tag team partner, Matitude22. What's going on, bro?
Chillin'.
Our boy Candy Corn will be coming in a little bit late. You know, real life things happening, but he will be joining us in a bit. Big ups to everybody joining us in the chat too, by the way. And we got a good show tonight. We got some trailer. We got a trailer Peacemaker to go over. We've got fake news, of course, and some Star Wars things to talk about. Real quick, I got a little pickup. I got my Cyborg Superman, just came in today, and it is fucking the tits. It is good. Like I said, this end run of McFarlane DC, he's really giving you the best of what he can do. Like we thought the first few years were the best. No, that was actually the bullshit. This is the best he can do. Like actually, like I said, the past 4 Supermen that I have bought from McFarlane are probably the best Supermen that he's produced outside of all the other Supermen that I have from McFarlane. And there's some other pretty good Supermen over there. Like I said, especially before we got into the cloth cape Supermen, the ones with this hard plastic Superman capes, there are some good ones out. Notably, Mullet Superman is a good one that comes with the crypto. That was a good one. Red Sun Superman was definitely impressive to me, despite some of the coloring, but it was still a good Superman. And then, like I said, the rest, it's touch and go. Like, Infected Superman was definitely a good one as well. But then all the other ones that are like really good are the soft cape ones.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, he really chose to put his best foot forward before he loses the property license on this. But it's really good. Like I said, all I need now is the Eradicator. I'm one Superman away from completing my reign of Supermen. So I'm excited, and like I said, I like it. It's good. If I could make one nitpick about the Cyborg Superman, it comes with 2 fucking fists, so we're always happy to see that. And it's got one open hand, and then the second hand is just kind of like a finger pointing almost. I kind of wish they gave it a special attachment to give him the blaster hand. I wish that they gave him that. That would have been cool if they did that. But again, I'm nitpicking. I'm glad they just have 2 fucking fists, so I'm okay. Like I'll still sleep at night. But like I said, if that was the one thing I would say I wish they did, that would have been it. But other than that, it's yeah, I give it a 4 out of 5. It's a good figure. I would say if you could find it, definitely pick it up. But I know this one is hard to come by right now. Like I said, I got lucky. Like I literally got lucky. Like the figure gods smiled on me that day, and they was like, you know what? Let them have one. Let them have one.
Yeah.
They like, he a good soldier, man. Let him have one. Let him have one. You know, Ian Big Ups. I haven't watched Last of Us yet for the only reason I wasn't into the game like that. So like the appeal of the show to me is like, it's whatever. Plus, I do know how it ends and everything, so it's not like any spoilers for me or whatever. But I just couldn't get into the show, and it's not like I don't have Max, so I couldn't watch it. It's the same way I feel about the game. Like I could play the game, but I have no desire to play the game. Like I have a PlayStation. It's not like there's no reason I couldn't. I just really never had a desire to want to play this game. You know what I mean?
See, me, like, I love the second game. Like, I think the second game is better than the first game. I just think that show is just ass. Like I don't know, man. It's just like the casting. It just comes down to like the casting for me. Like, I think Bella Ramsey is like maybe the worst actor I've ever seen in my life. And I think she destroys every scene that she's in. And I don't know, like I just don't think
Plus, she's got a
Pedro
potato head.
Pascal
She's
was
got a
the right
potato
pick
head.
for Joel. Yeah, yeah, like I don't know, she looks like a giant thumb. I don't know.
Like I remember when she was in Game of Thrones, and it was like, okay, when she was younger, her head size seemed reasonable, but as she's getting older, it's just turning into a potato.
Yeah.
It's literally just turning into a potato. I mean, the story
It's just
is
like
sad. And like I said, I know the story of Last of Us because I've seen other people play the game. So I know the whole situation with Joel and the whole ending between her and Abby. Like I know that whole thing, the whole situation. She loses fingers. She can't play guitar. Yeah, I know the whole thing. Thanks. But Toad, what are you doing in here, Toad? But like, I just don't think that'll. I still never had a desire to like, oh man, I wanna watch this, I wanna see this, or I wanna play this. Just I also my style of my sensibilities of gaming, like for me, Last of Us is too slow. And I get bored on methodical games. I get bored on games where it's more stealth than action. Like I'm just like I can do it, but I don't want to. So I just don't I don't play those games. Like I like more action. I like more killing. Less stealth, more killing. That's just me. I'm that kind of casual. I'm that kind of filthy casual. Like I don't like
I
missions
get
that
you.
I have to purposefully be stealthy, and if I'm not stealthy, I fail. Like I can't. I mean I can, but I can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't like those type of games that penalize you for not being stealthy. Like I like games that give you the option to go either way. Like, hey, if you want to go in there guns blazing, then do it. Or if you want to go in there and just not kill anybody, then you have that option. I like games that give you that option. But it's the ones that kind of force you to like, okay, you did all this action, but then this one mission you have to be stealthy. It's like playing Spider-Man and they stick you in Mary Jane missions. It's like that.
Yeah, those were the
It's
worst.
like that. That's the best way I can akin it to. It's like you're playing an awesome game and then you get hit with a fucking Mary Jane level. And then it takes you away from every fucking thing. That's how I feel about Last of Us. It's that Mary Jane Watson stage. That's how I feel about it. Now you can say I'm
I
wrong or
don't
you can
know.
disagree, but hey, that's like I said, that's my opinion.
No, I mean, I don't think you're wrong. I think it's just me. I like the second game a lot. I don't know. I just think that show is like I don't know. Like the show is almost like an insult to the game.
I
Like
mean, Daniel, I did
every
see the review,
scene
yes.
every scene Bella Ramsey is in is just like she's just awful. Like she's just awful, and it's just I don't know. Like not everything you can adapt, and I think that's something where you just can't adapt because like part of part of that game, like it's a lot of it is just the voice, like just the voices part of it. Like I don't know, like just Bella Ramsey's just not
You know, it's
cutting
the
it for
real
me. Like
disservice I think they should have done, and I know they probably didn't because I guess they think the actress is too old. But the girl who actually did the voice for Ellie in the game, why couldn't y'all just hire her? She's an actual actress too. Not she's not just a see.
yeah,
That's the thing too. The lady who does people forget like she was in Growing Pains. You know what Growing Pains is, Matt?
yeah,
The show with Alan Thicke and then later on Leonardo DiCaprio,
yeah,
Kirk Cameron. The girl who does the voice was the last Baby Drew. She was on that show, so she's an actor. She was even in the Avenger movie. She played waitress.
yeah. That's right.
So why couldn't they get her? She still has youthful looks. She could have played the role. I mean, I get you can't get Troy Baker because yeah, he's nothing looking like Joel. So Pedro Pascal works, but the girl they picked to play Ellie, like she's terrible and she's got a potato head. But the girl
Yeah,
who actually does the voice, I felt could have been the one. Like she still looks youthful enough that you could have put her in that role. I don't know why they kept looking past her like she's not an actor. She was an actor, a TV actor before she was a voice actor. So like, give the girl some goddamn respect. Like
yeah,
that would have been me. I don't know why. I'd have been like, yo, pick her. Like take the girl who does the plus because she's the voice. It's gonna be 1-to-1 for most people because she's the voice.
yeah. It's just like they could not have picked a worse actor. They could not have picked somebody worse.
Plus she's one of those
Like I
people
don't
too.
know.
She's like one of those what's that girl's name from the Snow White movie? Like she's one of those type of actresses where she just doesn't know how to keep her fucking mouth shut
Yeah,
about her personal beliefs. And like no
yep.
one asks you about all that. Just act, motherfucker. Like keep your mouth shut and just be act. Shut up and dribble. Shut up and dribble.
Uh, Daniel, I don't really play GTA, so I don't really have it. I don't really have an
I
opinion.
was gonna probably go over the trailer because I'll say it like this, Daniel. I do play GTA, and the trailer for 6 looks pretty damn good. And if it's gonna be delayed, I would say let it be delayed because again, this is gonna be another game that you're gonna be playing for probably a good 10 years. So I'd rather it be polished and perfect, so we don't have the same incident like we had all those years ago with GTA 5 online. Okay, I'd rather have it delayed and be perfect and polished, and we get a good GTA 6 with a good GTA online. I look forward to it. Now, again, we have people who were just fickle and can never be satisfied because as soon as that trailer dropped out, you got people out here talking about when's the next Red Dead. Like motherfucker, sit down. You sit down. Okay, you're the problem. You asking for more, and they sitting here giving you the next best thing, and you like, well, when's that next one? Like motherfucker, sit down. Sit down. Listen, the only reason you're not gonna get one is because y'all put too much money in part 5. That's why the part 2 of Red Dead didn't even thrive online because they saw how much money they was getting off of GTA that they didn't need to worry about Red Dead Online. And Red Dead Online was cool, but motherfuckers ain't give a fuck because shark cards was selling over there in Los Santos. Didn't give a fuck about what's going on in Rose in Saint Denis, because we selling in Los Santos. And motherfuckers, when we gonna get another Red Dead? Motherfucker, when you get a job. How about that? When you come work for Rockstar, that's when we will make it. Man, motherfuckers be so goddamn greedy out here, bro. Like I don't
People are
understand how
wild.
people be acting, bro. It's just wild because it's like, yeah, like the game, this game ain't even out yet. Y'all asking for another different game. Like, come on, man. I'm gonna need y'all to go sit down somewhere because
Yeah, like let them.
y'all do way too much. Y'all do way too much.
Like fuck, they can't even get this game out, and you're already asking for something else. Like let them let them get GTA 5 out
That's what I'm saying. Like,
or GTA 6. Let them get GTA 6 out. Like right now they can't even get that out on time, and you're like, oh, but like can you also at the same time like make this other like huge like open world game?
yeah, like
Can't even put the first one out.
I don't have enough games in my life. I need that next game.
Yeah.
But either way though, but yeah, yeah, we'll probably look over the trailer too tonight. So you know what I'm saying, we can do that because these problems matter. We'll also talk about the new Avengers. We'll talk about that too. So spoiler alert if you didn't see it, but we'll talk about that later in the show. But let's jump into your number one source for news and information. It's going down in the town. Everybody's kicking around. It's big news. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, you know you gotta check those spaghetti policies because these problems matter. Oh, I didn't. I forgot to pull it up. Give me a second. Usually I have this set up already, but I totally forgot about this part. You know, while I was probably all caught up in that Cyborg Superman, that should have me captivated today. I was like, oh, this is so good. Such a good Cyborg Superman. Alright, here we go. Alright, so let's see what we got going on here, ladies and gentlemen. We start things off with some higher toys. We got Walking Dead. And this is from The One Who Lives Mini. We got a Michonne. 1/18th scale. Oh boy, that's exciting.
Eh, I don't know. This
Uh,
just kind of just kind of over this show. Like I've been kind of tapped out on this show for a long time. So
Yeah, I know the new
I'm
Avengers are
sort
the
of
Thunderbolts,
indifferent.
Daniel. Of course they are. That's why I call them the new Avengers because they are. That's the name of the movie. The movie's actually the new Avengers.
That's right.
I mean, it looks good, but I'm like, is anybody even still watching Walking Dead right now?
You know, there must be some people because it keeps getting seasons like and spin-offs. So I mean, I guess there's got to be some people that are still very much about The Walking Dead. It's just sort of not really me.
Yeah, same. Like I literally kind of fell off after like season what 6, season 5, I think it was.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like it was still like it was towards the tail end of the Negan arc that I kind of gave up on it because I don't care anymore.
Like once Rick like died, I quote unquote died. Like that's when I kind of was like, fuck, I think I'm good on this show.
Yeah, same. But showed should set you back 25 September of 26. Okay, got some time to think about it.
Speaking of, all right, we got some new Marvel Legends 2 packs, based off the new Avengers. You know, I think they look good. I don't know,
I mean, it's
they look
fine. I
good.
just don't understand why we can't give my man Red Guardian his shield though. Where's his shield at?
Yeah,
I mean, like
maybe
the
they didn't.
figure and everything itself looks fine. I just wish it had a shield.
Maybe they didn't want to double up on Shield guys.
Yeah, but you've already kind of established that you've got a bunch of discount Captain Americas already. At least give them their shields.
I mean, yeah, you would think.
Like, I mean, Taskmaster had their shield. U.S. Agent had his shield. Why couldn't Red Guardian have his shield?
Did he have his shield in the movie? I don't remember.
I don't think he ever. I think outside of like the What If one, like this Red Guardian, I think didn't have his shield or they confiscated it in the Soviet prison. But like in the canon, like he had a shield. He just never had a shield.
Yeah.
Like I said, the only time the Red Guardian in the MCU had a shield was in that What If episode. And this Yelena, I mean, it's not bad, but it just seems so plain. But, I mean, it is what it is. $50, September of 25 for the 2 pack. Red Guardian, Yelena Belova.
Then again, this one I think is way more interesting because this John Walker is definitely a big improvement over the last one. Again, like the last one did not come with the shield, but also we're getting this MCU Sentry, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely better with the having the shield.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, this Sentry doesn't look bad. I mean, I don't need it, but it's definitely it's all right. I mean, I think it's pretty smart that they just kind of put these out as a 2 pack. Not sit there and just bombard you with, maybe you might want to use. I think Marvel's starting to realize like the MCU figures, yeah, there's a market for them, but no one cares. Once the movies kind of run their course, no one cares that much about the MCU figures. Because I can promise you, at some point, these motherfuckers will probably end up in a discount store somewhere.
Yeah.
Like the things you don't see at the discount store is most of the more comic variants of characters. Like you might see a couple here and there, but for the most part, when I go to my ollies, most of the Marvel Legends in my ollies are all MCU, all MCU,
Yeah.
bro. There's maybe you might get lucky every now and then and find a comic book accurate character there, but for the most part, the stock is nothing but MCU. Nothing. Like I wish I was exaggerating. It's either Wakanda Forever, Eternals, What If. That's it. And anything else MCU. Anything you think of MCU character, that shit's probably at Aldi's. Generic
Yeah.
character that no one needs a figure for, that motherfucker at Ollie's. The white guy, the white guy agent from Black Panther, you'll find him there. The Asian motherfucker from Ant-Man and the Wanda show, you'll find him there. Lawrence Fishburne's character in What If, you'll find it there. Like you'll find all MCU shit at an Ollie's. Like the only ones you'll find that are like not MCU related and like comic book related is that one Rogue in the green and black, because I guess they just made a bunch of those and nobody wanted it. And you might find some like Age of Apocalypse or something like that. And like I said, every now and then you get lucky and you get a Bucky cap, or you get lucky and get a classic Iron Man or a Joe Fixit. You get lucky. But for the most part, you are getting MCU figures at the Ollies, bro. And I think Hasbro's starting to realize, like, yeah, we shouldn't go that hard on MCU figures like that because these shits don't sell, especially after the fact, after the hype and all that's gone from the movie, and those who wanted the figures got their piece. The rest is just gonna fucking peg warm. It's just gonna peg warm. So it's like, yeah, let's cut our losses and just instead of putting these dudes out in an individual packaging, we'll two-piece them. That way everybody get what they need, get the fuck out, and if we have a little extra, then it is what it is. But we doing a little less waste. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Plus, like, I don't know, like doing this in a wave, like it's one of those things where like who would even be the build a figure from this movie, you know?
Nah, yeah, there's no real big bad in this movie. So
And nobody likes those, like nobody likes those small build a figures. So I think this is the I think this is the perfect way to go. Like just kind of release them in like 2 packs and keep it moving.
what are they gonna do?
I
Like a
like it.
Bucky Ghost 2-pack or what?
I, I suspect we probably will. Like I suspect we'll probably get a 2 pack with Ghost and Bucky, and then that'll just be that. Like I kind of don't even think Taskmaster gets a figure,
Yeah, fuck Taskmaster.
or maybe Taskmaster and Val will get like a 2 pack, but I don't know.
Or you get like Taskmaster and they give you like a blackened out Sentry and just call it the Void.
Yeah,
Like I can see that more than likely.
yeah,
Also, $50, September of 25. And don't forget those includes tariff surcharges, so it might be a little more. Well, it is going to be a little more. So, we recently had May the 4th, as always, a little Star Wars celebration. So that means a lot of Star Wars stuff came out the woodwork. A lot of classic stuff. We got some Revenge of the Sith. We got the clone Lieutenant Gelly here
yeah.
from Black Series, which is cool. Like I said, if you're into Black Series, if you're into the Clone Troopers, if you're trying to build that unique clone army, here's another one to throw on there.
Yeah, it's cool. Like it's another clone. It's just another person for your clone army. Admittedly, you know, like it's hard to keep getting excited over every single clone, but
Well, it's like that's why you get the Pacific ones, the ones that had a name.
yeah.
The
So
clones that mattered to people, like Rex and them.
it's good. Like I'm happy with it.
Yeah, that's good. Does this guy, the dude who faced the clones, does he get any residuals for his face keep being used in figures? Does he receive
I don't
anything?
know.
Some residuals, at least a
I
little
don't know.
bit.
I don't
I
know.
keep forgetting his
Probably.
name because it's a really weird name.
Tamura Morrison.
There you go. Ain't he like Polynesian or something? Like he ain't
Couldn't tell you.
Samoan, but he like one of them Tongans.
He's pretty close. He's something. He's something, all right.
But yeah, it's cool. October 25, $26.
Again, it's another sand trooper. Like I don't know. Like we've gotten so many sand troopers in this line.
But this one's got a backpack and bigger gun.
Yeah.
Again, this is like I said. When it comes to May the 4th, they're just gonna put out anything. Like that's what I was saying something to a friend the other day about it because it was a dude clearly just trying to do the May the 4th just to kind of be a poser about it. And when they were sitting there trying to talk about what May the 4th is, I'm like, look here, that's how I know you're not a real Star Wars fan, because any real Star Wars fans know that May the 4th is literally a day to buy toys. Because that's the only thing that happens on May the 4th is new Star Wars. Hasbro will put out some Star Wars shit. And 9 times out of 10, that Star Wars shit is going to be toys. Or a Disney Plus show, which they did both. But the main part usually is May the 4th means you're going to get some figures. That's it. Anyone that thinks that it's more than just that, you don't know what it is then. Because what else happens on May the 4th when it comes to the Star Wars shit? Every year since we've been doing this show, what happens on May the 4th? New Star Wars figures come out. Nothing else
Yeah.
comes out from Star Wars. No new movies, no new nothing. They might re-release some stuff like anniversary, because I know they was doing like Revenge of the Sith back in the theaters. I know they did that. But I'm saying, like, other than that, like, no real property comes out of Star Wars on May the 4th other than figures. So if you're in any disillusion that May the 4th is because of this, or it's to celebrate this, and you're supposed to do this, no, motherfucker. May the 4th is basically the day Star Wars fans go buy Star Wars figures. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong that May 4th is just not a day to advertise toys for Star Wars fans.
Oh, you're right. It is.
And it's been like that. It's been like that since the concept of the whole May the 4th be with you. That's been its concept since like day one. Oh, May the 4th. Oh, we're gonna drop some new Star Wars figures, or we're gonna drop some exclusive figures, or we're gonna drop some re-releases of certain figures, or something related to whatever Star Wars property that may or may not be out at that time. But like I said, since I can remember this whole May the 4th thing, it's been nothing but a marketing scheme to sell figures to Star Wars nerds. Nothing more, nothing less. Anybody tell you different, they don't. They're actually fake fans. They're actually fake fans if they try to tell you that May the 4th is nothing more than just a ploy to buy actual figures. They are not real fans. They are posing. Actual fucking posers. And I can prove that because a good portion of the fig news tonight is nothing but Star Wars. Because a lot of shit dropped on the May the 4th. Okay? That's how I know it's about toys and not some other grandiose scheme. Like I said, anyone tells you different, they're not a real fucking fan. They're not. Because every Star Wars fan knows what May the 4th is. Come get you some Star Wars. Come buy you some Star Wars figures. And like I said, they don't care what it is. They'll sit here and say, because it's the celebration, what are you getting? A Star Trooper from what? A New Hope. A New Hope. They have no qualms giving you shit from all the trilogies, whatever, because they know some. Y'all gonna buy that shit. You gonna buy that shit because you a Star Wars fan. They do that shit at Target. They do that shit at Walmart. They do it at any most retailers that sell figures. On May the 4th, they'll put a little display at the end cap just to show all the Star Wars merch they have for you to buy. Tell me when I'm lying. Motherfuckers, is it bad to this? No, it's not. It's about toys. May the 4th is about the toys. Keep it real. Let's keep it real, because I'm keeping it real. Alright, November of 25, also $26 for the Storm Trooper, for the Sand Trooper, my bad. Oh, what's this? This Vader must be like concept art Vader, because he's looking real goofy over here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is, I forget, there's a specific name for this, Vader. But yeah, like, this is, like, early concept art Vader. I think there's, like, a Obi-Wan that goes with him.
This is designed from Rebels.
Oh.
I mean, that Vader was looking kind of long in the face in Rebels. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think it was this long in the face, but he was looking a little long in the face in Rebels.
Okay, shows what I know then.
But they also, it is kind of the concept art of early Vader, but I forgot that they used that style in Rebels. Because of how it was animated, so they gave him kind of the long head. That's why he's got that long head look going on. Like, it's not the worst, but it's definitely not the best.
Yeah.
Like, you almost want to look at it and be like, you sure this ain't like a knockoff or something? This is a bootleg? Like, they almost got it perfect, but just a tad off a bit. Because it's like, yeah, the body's hitting, but then you get up to the head, the neck and head, and it's like, wait a minute, hold on, what are we missing here? Why I feel like you hustled me? Not bad, not too bad, but Lord Vader will set you back $240, $24 deposit, March of 26.
All right, we got a nice little lightsaber here. Force FX lightsaber. This is Ezra's lightsaber. I'm assuming. Well, not I'm assuming. This is from Ahsoka, right? Like this is Ahsoka.
This is Ahsoka. His Ahsoka blade. So this ain't from Rebels. This is from Ahsoka.
See, I think I would have preferred like the Rebels version, because his Rebels lightsaber was like really unique.
Yeah, it was a little gun and a little blade. Probably more likely they didn't want to do that because then you gotta kind of make a gun.
Yeah, probably.
So they just figured, you know what, just make the one from Ahsoka. And it's Force Effect Elite, so that means it's really, really good. I mean, I think Ezra's design for a lightsaber is not bad. $250 though. $250, $20, $25 deposit. September of 25. Yeah, Daniel, they released it like back in April. So yeah, but like I said, that was part of that anniversary. But it's all tied into like the May the 4th shit. Because like I said, they always celebrate Star Wars around this time of the month. Yeah. But also, it was just like I said. Let's be real. May the 4th, just they adopted it because it's catchy and it sounds similar. So
Yeah.
like it's not really that. It's not really that big brained.
Here we go. From Force Awakens, we got Poe Dameron. From Hot Toys, we got some sequel stuff.
Mm-hmm. This one is from The Force Awakens.
Yeah, the best of the sequels, which is not saying much.
You mean the re-adaptation of A New Hope? Yeah, it's awesome. We love it.
Yeah.
We love New Hope 2.0. I mean, it looks good, and I mean, good facial sculpt. Looked like Oscar Isaac on it, so pretty sure they just snatched this head off of their Moon Knight one and just like, yo, go get that Moon Knight head real quick.
Probably.
Like, we need another Oscar Isaac head. They're like, yeah, we should just pop that Moon Knight one off and pop it on here. Like, yeah, that'll work. That'll work, guys. But I mean, it is a good Oscar Isaac. I mean, we've seen a lot of celebrity lookalike figures here, and some of them are pretty rough. This one's not bad.
He needs to do like a DC movie.
Who? Oscar Isaac?
Because I don't know, like think about it, like how many people can say that they've been a character in Star Wars, he's been a character in the MCU, he's been a character in the Sony Spider-Man movies, and he's been a character in the Fox X-Men movies. Like it's like he's almost done it all. He just needs to do a DC movie to kind of complete the Infinity Gauntlet of franchises.
I feel like he might have already though.
Maybe.
In some capacity, I feel like he might have already. We just don't remember
Like,
right now.
it's like think that like in Avengers Secret War could play like 3 characters.
Although I am kind of curious to see will Moon Knight return for all this Dooms and the Secret Worlds, because that'd be interesting. Because I said there's a lot of people that have kind of not been talked about in a while in the MCU, and I'm just wondering, like, are we trying to forget about them, or are they gonna pop up at some point? Because like I said, Moon Knight, like yeah, people haven't said nothing about Moon Knight in any form of fashion in the MCU. So it's like, is he returning? You know what I'm saying? Are we gonna get the Iron Fist and the Luke Cages and the Jessica Drews and all those people? You know, like just kind of wondering.
Probably.
I would wonder, like, will like that Werewolf by Night? Like, is there a possibility that we get the Man Thing? Like, or was that just like just the one off and done? Like, you know.
Like I think we will. Like I think I think eventually we will, but I think I don't know, like it seems like after Secret War, it seems like the big focus is gonna be like X-Men. But I'm sure we will at some point. Like we'll probably get like a Midnight Suns movie or like a Midnight Suns TV show at some point. But I don't know, like the fact that they can't get this Blade movie off the ground is probably what's halting it. Because I think like I think Blade was supposed to connect a lot of this like supernatural stuff, but they seem to be having a really hard time getting that movie going. So
Let's see something. Yeah, so apparently Oscar Isaac was in Black Adam.
really,
I mean, that's what it says on his IMDb. Hold on, let me see something. It says he was in the movie. He might have done a voiceover or something. I don't recall him being in it. I remember seeing Black Adam. I don't remember a minute, but it says he was in it. So he's already, by this logic, he's already completed the trifecta. He's done it.
oh, there you go.
Like I said, I could have sworn he was in something, but they say he's in Black Adam. In fact, hold on a second. I don't know. I'm just, like I said, my natural curiosity. Okay, never mind. He's not in it. Okay, it's misnomer. Never mind. He wasn't. So he still has time. He still has time. I had to double check it because I'm like, wait a minute. Like I would remember seeing Oscar Isaac in Black Adam, so I double checked it. It says, nah, he wasn't in it. But why you put that in his IMDb then, sir? That's misleading, but that's okay. Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Mexican? Just looking at some Star Wars. Some Star Wars over here. Alright, well. Poe Dameron will set you back $300 with a $30 deposit, September of 26. Oh boy. See, this is how you know it's a Star Wars celebration. Then, like, you know what? You know, motherfuckers gonna buy this Jar Jar Binks, son. Somebody buying this Jar Jar Binks from the Phantom Menace.
Probably Jimmy.
And it's a seamless Jar Jar, too. Misa gonna buy a lot of Jar Jar. Misa's spend big money on the... Because Misa not a broke boy. I mean, it's fine, but I mean, like I said, you really gotta love Star Wars to get in on the Jar Jar Binks. Unless you're one of those people that's trying to live that meme of him being a Sith Lord, because I know that's a thing that's been circulating for a couple days now with the Jar Jar Sith
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. I don't know. People really want that for some reason. I don't know.
That's just people just wanting to see the world burn. That's all it is. It's those type of people, man. They just here to see the world burn. It's like Kanye West song, you know. It's just like, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
It's like I want to. It's like it's. I want to say it's a bad song, but I can't. It's a bad song, but but I can't say it's not catchy. It's a bad song. It shouldn't exist. But god damn it, it's so catchy. I mean, old Kanye's always gonna be better next, but it's just like this new shit right here. It's crazy that we live in this world where that exists right now. But like I said, damn if that shit ain't catchy. All right. I hope this, since SmackDown's on, I hope this go home show's a little bit better than what happened on Raw, because I feel like that Raw was so lackluster as a go home. I mean, we talked about it on
Yeah.
Clickbait. So apparently, the 5 card system I learned was because Triple H felt that McMahon had too much bloat in the pay per views. So we do this 5 match card because we feel like it makes makes matches more important along as far as storyline is concerned. And like, yeah, I can understand that. But at the same time, you have too many championships belts that go underrepresented and treated like afterthoughts because they're not even represented on the PLEs, where usually that's where you would go to end feuds, right? That's how it always was. The pay per view was where you go to end the feud, and if you got like a title, that's where you would go to defend the title. But like, we're not doing that no more because half the titles don't even get defended on the PLE because you whittled it down to a 5 card system because you want to quote unquote eliminate the bloat. My idea of eliminating the bloat is don't have matches that have no stakes. That's always been my thing. If you got a bunch of titles and you got wrestlers going through certain feuds or something, those should be highlighted in the PLE, not looked over, not pushed to the side for Raw or SmackDown. Put that shit on the PLE. But instead, we're like, nah, we're good. We don't want to have match. We don't want to have like 10 matches on a card. No one said you have to have 10. Niggas, seven is fine. I just would like more titles to be represented on the PLE. Since you got all these titles, have them represented. Like, again, how did we get it right back during the brand split with Raw and SmackDown? Why can we not go back to that concept of Raw gets a pay-per-view and gets to defend all their titles, and then SmackDown has a pay-per-view, gets to defend all their titles, and then the majors, it's every show in there for itself. You know what I'm saying? Why can we not go back to that, Matt? Can you please explain this to me? Like, I get you don't want all this bloat, but you still got to put on a good show, especially for the money people spend on these things. I mean, honestly, truthfully, I get what he's trying to do, but at the same time, like, you got people.
TV. Sorry, my bad. No, I think it's just I don't know, man. I think it's just that's what he wants to do. Like I think that's always been his format. Like that's what he did in NXT. Like I think he feels like the less is more approach.
I think that's what he's going for, but at the same time, it's like I'm thinking about the people who pay tickets to be at the event, and it's like they only get 5 matches. No, people drive miles. People drive hours. People pay money and leave other countries just to come watch your shit, and you giving them 5 matches? Like, I feel like there should be more. Like I said, I would be like this. 5 matches should be for Saturday night's main event. But like I said, PLE should at least have 7. At least 7. 8 maximum if you really got some hot feuds going on. But 7 should be the minimum, and half of those matches should be title matches.
When you got like, you'd think when you got like 15 different titles.
Because, I mean, if we to follow the concept of what Hunter's doing, it's like you can't even do the pay-per-view Night of Champions anymore because you won't represent all the titles that night. Like I don't understand that though. You know what I mean? Like you gotta be like, hey man, come on now. Speaking of titles, what do you think of the new Women and Men Evolve Championship they just unveiled?
Uh, I've never watched a single episode of Evolve, and I don't plan on ever watching one. So I'm kind of indifferent.
Yeah, I'm not as a belt collector. Not something I'll be adding to my collection anytime soon.
It's just I don't know. It's just like, well, what's the point of the ID titles then? Like, what's the purpose of the ID titles?
Cause the ID is
So now,
literally WWE's version of just it's literally ID stands for independent. It's their own even even though they're buying independent companies, they have now their own independent.
I don't know. Like,
And
it's
they
just
literally
weird.
just
Like,
call it the ID.
they just got too much going on. Like, you got these speed championships. You got like an Evolve men's and women's title, and then we also got the like ID, like men and women's ID championships. Like, I don't know. They got too much going on.
I mean, they got a lot going on, but it's like they're not. I don't think they're doing too much because not all of it's bleeding into each other. It's not like you're seeing people from Evolved or ID show up in the main roster, barely even showing up in NXT because it's like you're not there yet. That's why you over there. Like I said, they had Nikita
Like
Lyons over there in Evolve because she got demoted. Like you're not there yet, so you gotta go down a peg.
what's next? We're gonna get the LFG men's and women's championship. Like, I don't know.
I mean, don't tease them with a good time, bro. That's just more merch to sell. So we got tag team match. We got LA Knight, Damian Priest going up against Solo and Jacob Fatu. Yaramin. Yaramin. Yeah, but this Jar Jar is cool. Jar Jar set you back 305 with a 30-50 deposit. September of 26. Lupin the Third. We love Lupin the Third around here. All right, from Infinite Statues, we've got a Lupin the Third Italian Lupin Deluxe Edition. There is a basic bitch edition, but you don't want the basic bitch edition. You want the deluxe. 1/6 scale. I thought this was a statue at first, but this is fully articulated on a Lupin. I
like Lupin.
I like Lupin too. I don't know if I pay this much for a Lupin, but I like it. And the soft goods look good. I like that he's got the cigarette. He's smoking. Lupin the Third.
Yeah, like they should get rid of the speed titles.
You really should though.
And then I don't know, like the whole thing with having the ID titles and the Evolve titles. So like, okay, like, so what's the difference? I guess the ID titles are gonna be defended on the Indies, and the Evolve titles will be specifically defended
on Evolve.
On Evolve.
Yeah.
But then, essentially, isn't Evolve just the ID talents anyway?
Those, like, again, you got to look at it like Major League Sports is looked at, where it's like you got high school, you got college, you got the minor leagues, and then you got the major leagues. So it's a whole system. And even before you even get to the thing, like the minors, you got to go through the farm system, which is like the high school, the college, and then maybe you might do some European league stuff. So I feel like WWE's in that sense of like, okay, you start off, you in the indies, you get signed up to the ID program. So it's like, boom, boom, boom. You do good in the ID program and you start to get over and you really getting your shit. Okay, we'll move you up to Evolve and let's see what you do in Evolve. Now, if you're killing it in Evolve, Okay, well let's bring you over to NXT. See what you do at NXT. Okay, you do good in NXT. Only other places you can go is Raw and SmackDown at that point. So I feel like it's kind of that kind of progression where like I said, WWE's now got their hands in so many pockets and they got so many people under their umbrella that they now just have a farm system or wherever. Like hell, some people might piggyback all over past a lot of those processes if they think, oh well, man, we gotta. That's like saying, okay, what if we got a blue chipper in the ID program? So like, oh man, this dude's a blue chipper. He's got it. He's got the it factor. He's a 5'2" player. He's whatever pejorative you want to give this man. And they go, well, is he TV ready? And they go, yes. Is he promo ready? Yes. Do you want to like give him a go over in the NXT first or tell him no? We like, no, you need to get him on like Raw and SmackDown like right now. Like some people might get that. Some people might have that. But like I said, they've got so many different ingredients now that they can just kind of pick and choose what they want to sprinkle in that pot. And like I said, some people might not like it because it is a bit of a monopoly, but because there's still other businesses out there, like they're never going to completely have a monopoly. Okay, there's too much wrestling out there for WWE to ever have a monopoly. And not every wrestling company is looking to sell their business.
Yeah.
Now they might sign up for a little financial aid, yeah, but they're not all gonna sell their business. Like I mean, look at your boy Billy. Billy ain't selling his NWA, but he ain't dumb enough to not accept a little bit of a partnership with the WWE because that's gonna be good for his business. That's gonna put eyes on his product, and in turn make his wrestlers better, give them more of a spotlight, and hopefully help their company do better numbers, sell more tickets, get more gates. You know what I'm saying? Maybe get some TV or something down the road. But they're not gonna do that by themselves. Like I said, by themselves they've been struggling. But now, like, okay, oh well, shit, you got WWE kind of behind you. Y'all working with them, so okay, now you might have people want to take another look at you because you now got the kind of endorsement of Disney. You know what I'm saying? You got a little bit of an endorsement from Disney. I mean, look how they doing business with GCW and shit. Like I said, it's literally now they just, like I said, they've opened it up to just like, hey man, we can't sit here with that McMahon mindset and act like we don't need no one else's help around here. We can't benefit from other companies. Like, nah, man, we cutting ourselves off at the knee. We cutting our own nose to spite our face. We could be out here making big business, making big money. And at the same time, investing in the future of our business by cultivating all the other companies to help them grow, help them cultivate their talents. Because, hey, one day their talent might be my talent. And I want to make sure they're doing the best they can so when they come here, they're ready. Not kind of ready, not semi-ready, but they ready.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I always say this deal with WWE and all this, it's like, yeah, some people don't like it, but I think it benefits wrestling in a whole if you really look at what's going on. Because, like I said, it's just strengthening the pool. It's giving a lot of wrestlers out there an opportunity to cut their teeth, get a little seasoning, get a little experience. They get to learn under, some other learning trees other than the one they probably already know. So yeah, I'm all for it. But the Evolve titles are still ugly as shit though. They don't look as good as this Lupin right here though. Like I said, if it wasn't as pricey as it was, I would go in on this. But like I always said, if you're gonna cost this much, I need you to transform. If you cost $210, I'm gonna need you to transform.
Yeah.
Especially with a $21 deposit, and we including them TERS surcharges, I'm gonna need you to transform. But hey, if you're looking for it, July 26th for you, get you looping. And hey, can't have looping without your man Jagging. Also, this is also the deluxe edition because you're not a basic bitch.
That's right.
Y'all some real players out there. Y'all come to this show, y'all know y'all some real ballers. Y'all some ballers. Ain't no broke boys over here. We don't advertise the broke boys. We like, listen here, son. Y'all out here buying the best, top notch, the best money come by because you got it like that. You are financially secure in your life that you can drop bread.
I just try not to do the. I just stay out of the 1/6 thing.
Yeah,
So
I don't have too many
really wait for
six figures, so but again, I still need you to transform. Like I said, even with the soft goods, even with everything that these come with, and they're really nice, it's just I can't. Like I said, I can't pay the price unless you transform. I cannot pay the price unless that ass transforms. Some guns. He's also got the cigarette in the mouth, smoking. We love smoking. Smoking is cool, only in anime. See what I did there, Matt? See?
That's right.
I didn't say real life. I said anime. So that way, we are not endorsing smoking unless it's in anime. In fact, that's going to be our new thing. Fuck that shit. Everybody likes to do shit in Minecraft. I don't want to do nothing in Minecraft other than build. Build in Minecraft. But in anime, you can get fucked, okay? In anime, you can smoke. In anime, you can kill. In anime, you can fall in love.
You can do it all.
You can do it all in anime. In anime, you could be a loser ranger. Only in anime. Alright, 210, 21 deposit, July of 26 for this smoking gentleman. Transformers! I'm not sure how I feel about the color.
I don't even know what this is.
From 01 Studios, the same people that gave you their Unicron and their Primus. You're getting Primus again, but they just painted it a different color.
Oh, okay.
So it's basically the Cybertron planet, but now in an orange hue. Which, I mean, I guess you could say this would be the golden age of Cybertron, because in the lore, Cybertron was all gold before it lost Energon, and then got into that dark color that we know it to be. But before that, Cybertron used to be all gold. So I guess this is Primus during his golden age.
Yeah.
And I mean, hey, that's a pretty good idea. It's not a bad concept. So anybody who's out there wants a golden age Cybertron, here you go. Now I guess they're not showing you the planet because we gotta pretend like we not stealing shit from Hasbro. So we can't show you everything because we can't be out here stealing shit from Hasbro. We gotta pretend like this is just a whole original project. Don't worry about who he's supposed to be. He's not the golden age of Cybertron. No. I was kind of thinking I was still thinking about getting the other version, but I don't know. Maybe I want the golden age of Cybertron. as a planet. In fact, it was during the golden age of Cybertrons when Megatron was born. And young Orion Pax was being naive and got murdered for Energon's sakes. But thanks to Alpha Trion, back in business. Well, for 485 with a 4850 deposit, December of 25. So there you go. Got some time to get on that. Godzilla.
All right, we got from Godzilla versus Destroyer. We got just another Godzilla, like
Got
it's
a
just
very
orange
red.
Godzilla.
It's like it's the flaming hot Zilla right here.
Yeah, basically flaming hot Godzilla.
Come get your flaming
Flaming
hot
Hotzilla.
Zilla. I said, what flavor of Godzilla is this? This is flaming hot. Flaming hot Godzilla. Don't get confused with Cool Ranch Godzilla either, okay? Because sometimes people do be getting confused, like, is that Cool Ranch Godzilla or that Flaming Hot Godzilla? They're like, no, you got it mistaken. That's Srirachazilla. That's a different flavor. Srirachazilla. My bad. My bad. I mean, it's all good. I mean, if you're into Godzilla and you like colored variants of them, hey man, here you are. You got Flaming Hotzilla now. So you show your love for Godzilla and Cheetos at the same time. In fact, if you're a real Billy badass, you'll get you that Jada Toys Flaming Hot Chester Cheetah, because he comes with a bag of Flaming Hot Cheetos, and then you would take that bag of Flaming Hot Cheetos and put it in this Flaming Hot Zilla's mouth and have Chester Cheetah like holding. No, he comes with a big Cheeto too. You can eat the Cheeto, the Flaming Hot Cheeto. And then Chester can just look at him and go, "It's not easy being cheesy." You know, that type of cornball shit. You love it. You love it. All right, this Flaming Hot Zilla will set you back $525 with a 5250 deposit, October of 25. And that will do it for us at Fig News, ladies and gentlemen. All right, man. Star Wars. We had Tales of the Underground. You said you watched it this week, right?
Yeah.
What did you think of it? Because for anybody who didn't know, for the May the 4th, they did put out a little bit of content, which was the Tales of the Underground, which was kind of, I guess, the third installment because we had Tales of the Jedi, we had the Tales of the Sith, and now we're getting just kind of Tales of the Underground, which is like I want to say non-Jedi characters.
Scoundrels.
Yeah, the Scoundrels,
Okay.
yeah. The Scoundrels.
Yeah, like they're more like the bounty hunter or like scoundrel-esque characters.
Well, they gave us 6 short episodes, 3 of them devoted to Hasaj Ventress, and the other dedicated to kind of giving you the origin of Cad Bane, which was fine. I think I enjoyed the Cad Bane one a little more than the Hasaj Ventress part of it. Like, it was all right, but I don't think, like I said, she didn't really do that much. I think like having a little backstory of how Cad Bane kind of became Cad Bane was a lot more interesting than just kind of watching Hasaj Ventress just kind of like we've seen enough of her, especially in the Bad Batch and other media, that it's like, yeah, you're always kind of just floating around now, trying to be an anti-hero now, you know.
Yeah.
But I did like the Cad Bane part where it's like two street rats end up on opposite sides of the law, and then like again, kind of like spoiler alert. So I guess what we learned that what Cad Bane had a son.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Which I kind of figured that was going to be the ending because they kept going like, oh, he doesn't know, he doesn't know, he doesn't know. And then you see the Marshal's son and he's like, how come he's not green like you? He's blue like you. He blue like Bane. Until you kind of just realize, okay, the secret. And then they go, oh, the Marshal, your girl married the Marshal, but yeah, she married the Marshal, but she had your baby though.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, it was interesting. Like I said, they don't overstay their welcome with those shorts. Like I said, they're like 16 minutes a piece. So like they go by like, pretty quickly. But it wasn't bad.
Yeah,
It
like
wasn't bad.
it's fine. It's just like it's just like
I still
like
think
it's just
Visions
like
is
a little.
better. Visions is the better one with the shorts. I think these
It's
tails are a little kind of getting a
it's
little
because
stale.
I find with the thing with Visions is they're just like one-off. They're just one-off characters that don't really have any place in Star Wars. Like they're not really canonical. They don't tie into anything. They're just like short, like little one-off adventures. Whereas like Asajj Ventress is a is a main character in Star Wars. So you're getting a little Asajj Ventress episode. Like that's basically all you're getting, or you're getting like Cad Bane's like origin. But there's they're so short that there's not as much time to flesh it out. So like Asajj Ventress, like she meets this kid Jedi and then whatever, and it's like, well, it's hard for me to get invested because it's so short. Like if you look at Bad Batch, like Omega became so popular because you spent so much time with her and you watched her grow up and you watched her become this character that was so different from where she started that it's easy to kind of form that attachment because you spent so much time with her, whereas like the Asajj Ventress thing, like before you're even getting into it, it's over.
Yeah. Plus, also I know there's also been that kind of a complaint going on with a lot of like certain Star Wars fans and the internet, of course, is that we keep getting all these Clone War esque like shows and Clone War esque like animation. It's like, well, unfortunately, the Clone War stuff was popular, so they're gonna keep doing what was popular. That's one. Two, there aren't that many characters in the original trilogy that have not been covered already, kind of to death, that we know everything about them, as where the original prequels, there's a lot of characters that never really got a back story. So it's like, yeah, you're gonna see a lot of stuff dip into the Clone Wars stuff because yeah, there was a lot more going on during the prequels. So yeah, characters like a Cad Bane, characters like an Asajj Ventress will get more of side backstories because yeah, not a lot was ever told about them outside of the prequels. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have the luxury of having the extended universe like the original trilogies had. They didn't have that luxury of having the Legends line of stories behind them to kind of fill in all those backstories and fill in all that other stuff. So it's like, yeah, most of the stuff that comes out is like eccentric to like anything prequels or anything after the trilogy. Because everything in the trilogy, you know it already. You know it all already. What more do you need to know that you don't know from the trilogy?
Yeah.
But like I said, when you go back to the prequels, there's a lot of characters from the prequels that were popular that people do not know about. Like you could literally do a whole thing probably about Jango Fett and people would fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Because Jango Fett
Hmm.
hasn't really had a little kind of one off of like where he's been, where he came from. We just know he donated some of his shit to make clones. He helped the Dooku for a while and then got his head cut off by motherfucking Windu. But I'm pretty sure he did a lot of shit in the intermedium before that happened. You know what I'm saying?
Just just give me 6 25-minute episodes then of just Jango Fett. Like I'd
Yeah.
rather that than like 3 15-minute episodes. Like that's the thing. Like the Asajj Ventress thing. It's so short. It's so short that before you're before you're even getting into it, like it's over. Like just when you're starting to get into it, like it's already come and gone. Like
Yeah.
give me sick, like like how they did the Spider-Man show, like what was that shit called? Like Spider-Man
Or what, the friendly neighborhood?
yeah, like the one that wasn't that good,
Yeah, that's friendly neighborhood.
like give me something like that. Like give me like 8 or 10 episodes that are 25 minutes each, so like it's something where I could really like kind of okay, like this is something where I could really like sink my teeth in, and we could get used to the characters, and we could get attached to the characters. Like
Yeah.
just I'd just rather that than just here's three like 15-minute episodes.
Yeah, I agree. Plus, like I said, there's so many other characters too they could have done. But it's like I plus like I said with Cad Bane again, it kind of with Cad Bane it ties loose ends because we know how his arc ends. If you saw the Boba Fett show, he dies at some point.
Yeah, yeah.
But what the Clone Wars has done and what a lot of these other like little mini series have done is give you all the in between of how Cad Bane became Cad Bane. You know what I'm saying? So you get to be this little show gave you the beginning, Boba Fett gives you the end, and then Clone Wars itself gives you the meat of it. And then of course he sprinkled into all those other shows like Ahsoka. He was in all he showed up in almost every different other show. So like a little bit of him is all sprinkled through, but now you get the beginning of his story, and if you go back to Boba Fett, you get the end of his story. And then, like I said,
Mhm.
if you watch Clone Wars, you got the middle part, thus knowing why him and Boba Fett have beef anyway. You know what I'm
See, like
saying? So
that
you
that
get all
see,
that.
like they should have did that. They should have like take the Asajj Ventress stuff out and have the first 3 episodes be about the origin, and then make those episodes from the Clone Wars that never got finished, where it was gonna focus on Cad Bane and Boba Fett. Like, give us those.
Yeah, that'd have been a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Because that's the thing, like with the Asajj Ventress thing, it's just again, it doesn't really do anything for
Yeah,
her.
because
It doesn't really change her story.
her story's been told. Like everything now with Asajj Ventress is literally a redemption to have people treat her more like a anti-hero than a villain. Because, like I said, through the Clone Wars, she was a villain. She was Dooku's apprentice. But now everything after the prequels, she's just been a nomad, just kind of wandering about. But she's now willing to do good deeds just to kind of atone for her sins.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So they're trying to give her this like a redemption. So you know, publicly speaking, like she has better PR relation. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just people recognizing, oh, she's a bad guy. Now she's more recognized as the anti-hero because she's
Or
no longer she's no longer completely evil, but she's not completely good yet.
or give me like a full Cad Bane series where it's just the tales of him being a bounty hunter, and it's just not about him as an anti-hero, but it's just about him doing various stuff like as a bounty hunter. Like give me something like that. Like that would be more interesting.
I disagree, Daniel. I think we needed this origin for Cad Bane because you now see what made him What was the motivation to be a bounty hunter? What was the motivation to be what he wanted to be? And you see, motivation was, he was he was a street rat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, you're just it's struggling to survive, and another scoundrel took advantage of two street rats' vulnerability and willingness to work for food. You know, in fact,
Hmm.
he literally did the thing most drug dealers would do: is I'm gonna give you some for free, and the next time it's gonna cost you. You're gonna have to do some work to get it now.
Hmm.
You're gonna have to pay up. You're gonna have to do something. But I just gave you a little taste of the good life. You got your belly full. Now do you want to continue to get your belly full? All right, well, I need you to do some work, and I'll make sure your belly's full. And then, like I said, that part where him and his boy are sitting there negotiating things. Like at first, yeah, Cad's all about it, and his boy's like, yeah, I'm not sure about that. And then Cad's like, yeah, you're right. And then turns around and goes, make it 10. So he's already about the life. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You're already seeing the conflict between two friends. Like, yeah, he's okay about wanting to get this money and be well fed, but he's not sure of like what we gonna have to do about it. But like I said, Cad's already on board. In fact, he went and doubled their price because he was only gonna offer him 5, and he's like, nah, make that shit 10, bro, and then we'll do some work. So like I said, Cad Bane was already committed to the game. He was ready to get his hands dirty. His boy was the one hesitating. Plus, I do like the fact that it's like, okay, each episode for Cad Bane kind of time jumps a little bit. But the only thing I was just like, okay, after the fact that your man got pinched, you never thought to go back to like at least get your boy? That's the only thing I thought. Like maybe your man should have been a little more upset with you that you never came back for him though. But I guess they just figured like, it is what it is. But again, it was okay. It was okay. Now on the other side we've got Endor, which I guess, like I said, I guess they got something. There should be something coming on Disney Plus soon, because they're definitely trying to rush Endor off before whatever they got coming up next is gonna be on. Because like I said, we getting these 3 episode shots going on here right now, so it's like, okay, like I guess we got something coming on. What's the next Marvel show or Disney show they got after Endor?
Ironheart.
Really, we
Ironheart.
rushing Endor for that?
Hmm.
We rushing Endor for Ironheart? Oh man, I feel like that shit's gonna suck so much dick. The fact that they
Yeah,
the
it's
fact
kind
that
of.
they still trying to sell the lesser Iron Man on niggas is crazy.
See, like this the. I don't know, man. Like this is my problem that I have with like a lot of 2025 stuff. Like, yeah, we're getting a full Ironheart series, but yeah, we can't even get that Blade movie off the ground. Like, how does that happen, man? Like, how do we get Ironheart in the MCU before we get Blade in the MCU? Like how does that happen?
Oh,
Bro,
I
like
see.
they
Alexa
canceled
Bliss is
that
back, huh?
Nova. They canceled that Nova series. Like, how do we get Ironheart before we get Nova? Like, I don't know. I just don't understand. I just don't understand.
Oh, well, so Alexa Bliss is back after showing up at the Rumble. Now she back. Okay. Uh-huh.
I guess. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they got to do something to get Zelina Vega more over. So yeah, bring Alexa Bliss in to kind of give her a little bit of a rub, because like I said, they got to do a lot of like speed running of making Zelina Vega look credible as a challenger. I mean, as a champion. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
so it's like, yeah, give her, but also it hurts a little bit because it's like you bring in Alexa Bliss and she's small, but she still makes Zelina Vega look even smaller. But I mean, it is what it is. And again, we gonna have to get somebody a new finisher around here because if Zelina's gonna keep running with the code red and Roxy's over there with Pop Rocks, somebody's gonna get a new finisher. Somebody gonna need a new finisher because one of y'all are gimmick infringement on both each other's finishers here. So one of y'all gotta go.
Yeah.
Somebody needs a new finisher. Because what happens when eventually those two meet? One's doing the Pop Rocks and one's doing the Code Red, the exact same fucking move. The exact same
It'll
fucking
be the
move.
That's the thing. There's the appeal. It'll be the battle of the Code Red.
Nah, she from New York. It's the 718, stupid. Come on. We all know that. It's the original area code in New York City. 718. I know they changed it years ago, but that one's always stuck in my head because it was just the area code in New York for everything was 718. They changed it to something else a couple years later before I left. I think it was like 3, 4 something. I don't remember. That's why 718 just always can always remember. It was so easy. 718. But I think okay. So with Endor, I don't know. Are they planning on doing another season of Endor after this? Because like this season seems
So
like this is the season that looks like it's gonna go right into like Rogue One.
yeah, exactly. Like there's no other season of Andor after this.
Because every episode time jumps a year.
Yeah, I think that's the goal. Is basically this is gonna lead to Rogue One.
Yeah,
Like, this is
because it
gonna
seems to
lead
be
us
going. Because at
right into
first, the
Rogue
first,
One.
the first like 3 episodes, I'm like, okay, where's this going? Where's this going? Then I see the next 3 episodes, and it's like, okay, I see where this seems to be going. And then I watch this week's 3 episodes, and it's like, okay, yeah, this is definitely going in that direction because there's no other way to go but that direction, especially where they're at. You know, again, spoiler alert for anyone who has not seen Endor yet or caught up on it. Here's a bit of a spoiler if if you care about that. Come back in like 5 minutes maybe. But
Spoilers.
basically, like there's this planet called Gorman. It has some resources that is vital to the Empire. I would assume whatever the resource is, it's more tied to the Death Star than anything. Because any resources that the Empire is gathering at this juncture is all for the Death Star. You know what I'm saying? Like anything in this era of this timeline of Star Wars during Endor, anything the Empire is gathering is literally resources to build Death Stars and Star Destroyers. Because even in this one of the episodes, they're like, well, no, that was the mixed up. That's the Tales of the thing. Because that one they were building Star Destroyers. They were building new Star Destroyers because remember, this is going from after the Clone Wars. But the Endor show is like, yeah, everything they've been building on Endor, it literally is to go to the Death Star. Because remember when he was trapped in the prison? And he was up in that prison in the first season, and what were they building? Pieces to go to where? The fucking Death Star.
Yeah.
Everything the Empire is doing at this moment right now is to build the Death Star. And the Gorman apparently has a rare mineral that they want to mine out to use for the Death Star. They were originally just going to just try to do it, but they realized that if they take all the resources, it's going to leave the planet kind of in a state of ruin. And, you know, knowing the Empire, they're just like, whatever, fuck it. But then they decide, let's turn public opinion against Gorman so it makes it easier for us to then, like, take over their planet, because if we make it seem like they're revolting, then it's easier for us to just take it from them. So they start setting up, like, propaganda and shit against the Gorman people to make it seem like they're the ones causing the problem, and the Empire's here to just kind of clean it up and bring some balance to them, which is not the case. The good part about this show is, what's his name, the Siru character, fucking finally gets bodied. Like, yeah, get rid of this dude. He's useless. I'm glad he got bodied. Like, he was useless. Completely useless. But yeah, end result is they basically just have a full-blown genocide of the people of Gorman. Where we're getting to the point of, like, Mon Mothma is no longer safe in the Senate, so they have to bring her to Yemen, which is like the main, you know, rebellion base in the original trilogy. So we're establishing, okay, Mothma's gonna be living there now because she's no longer safe in Coruscant. We also learned that, okay, like, even Organa, he was trying to help her, but he didn't even know that he had Imperials in his midst. So, like, his people couldn't even be trusted. The only person is what's his name, Luthen and Endor. So Mothma, she's now on her way to Yemen, to Yevon. What's his name? Forrest Whitaker's character's already there. They're still building a bunch of ships and stuff to start the rebellion. But as they said in a previous in one of the episodes, that Organa had told Mothma that, like, yeah, we're not ready yet. Like, the rebellion's not there yet. Like I said, they won't get there until actual factual Star Wars, New Hope shit. Then they're there, but we're not there yet. But it's definitely, like I said, it's definitely setting that table for Rogue One. Like I said, now that y'all have established that, yeah, Mothma, she's no longer in Coruscant, y'all had to get her out of there because she wasn't safe anymore. Because the first thing she did was go to the Senate and tell everybody that, yeah, the Empire's over here fucking shit up. And they were trying to cut her feed, but they didn't get it in time. So yeah, that's basically what went down on Endor. Like I said, how many more episodes they got after this? Is it like 3 more and that's it?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not too sure.
Okay, that's what's up. But yeah, like I said, at first I couldn't understand, like, where was it going. Like, the first 3 episodes, maybe I wasn't paying attention enough. But once I kind of went back, kind of like, okay, I see where it's going, and, like, yeah, this is the beginning of where Rogue One would kick off. Because also we got the droid, and they already refurbished and repurposed the big droid that was with Endor and Rogue One. They just activated him in the last episode. So we're like I said, we're at that point. Like, he's got his sidekick now. It's only a matter of time before, like I said, the next step would just be Rogue One.
Hello?
But again, only thing. Hey, what's going on, Jimmy?
Hey, I can only join for a minute, but I just wanted to say hi.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
That's cool.
But the only thing I can say about Endor that I would say is this kind of the part that really takes it away from me a little bit is just that Endor is never in any danger. Everyone else is fair game, but Endor's never in any danger because his time don't come until Rogue One.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
guess
like
that's
everybody,
kind
like I
of
said, everyone else is expendable, and you can sit there and go, okay, how does this person die? Will this person, like Biggs, will she survive? I don't know. Will the other little nigga that he's with survive? I don't know. Everybody else, like I said, even that Siru guy, I wasn't like, how long they gonna keep this dude alive? But nah, he gone now. He done. Like the Deirdre character, how long she gonna be around? We don't know. We'll find out soon. Like I said, the only person I know that's gonna be safe is actual Endor and the droid, because they gotta go to Rogue One. And Forrest Whitaker's character. I know those three characters are in no potential danger of losing their lives until you get to Rogue One.
yeah.
So, like I said, good shit. And like I said, it was a little bit slow at first 3 episodes, but like once you kind of get into the rhythm, it kind of picks up. Now, I am kind of curious what happened to Mothma's family, because like she just kind of left, and like no husband, no daughter, no nothing. Like we just fuck it, we out. Like, I'm out. Like I ain't even got time to come get y'all niggas. Like what happened? Do we come back for the fam, or we good now? I'm hoping we address that in one of the later next episodes, because it's like they just took a and no explanation. Like what about my husband? What about my daughter? I know she just got married, but what about my family?
Yeah.
So it just kind of makes me wonder, like, will they address it, or we not worried about it? Like we not really all that worried about it. I mean, we'll have
I
to see.
think it's
We'll
the
have to
second
see.
one.
Jimmy, did you watch? Were you able to see the new Avengers yet? The ThunderBolts?
No, I didn't.
Oh man. I mean, it's a good movie. I liked it. I think it was good. Like I said, is it better than Brave New World? Yes. Absolutely. Way better. I mean, the plot is more cohesive and doesn't feel like a movie that was hastily kind of re-edited and reshot the way Captain America felt.
Yeah.
I was saying before, I feel like the jokes weren't forced. Like I feel like all the jokes that were in the movie landed, because I laughed. I genuinely laughed. Like, oh, that was funny. Like I said, everybody was kind of the characters they are. Like, I think Red Guardian is definitely kind of the standout character for me. And like, I mean,
I don't know. Like I thought. I thought for me, like I thought like John Walker was like the breakout character in that movie.
I mean, well, they all kind of had their little moments for sure.
Yeah,
But
like, they were
I
all
said,
good.
but
They were all
I
good.
got most of my laughs out of Red Guardian. To be fair.
Yeah. By far, yeah. He's kind of he's the comedic guy for sure.
Yeah. But everything else was still good. Like I said, I enjoyed it. Like, and I was surprised too, because I was like, I didn't think I was gonna enjoy it like this. But yeah, it's good shit.
Mm.
A second. Pull this here. Figure we're gonna look at the Peacemaker trailer in a second. But I like I said, I enjoyed it. I don't think the end credits really spoiled anything for me. I know most people are already crying about it, but it's like, if you haven't even seen the Fantastic Four yet, how do you know it spoiled anything for you? You know, you're
Yeah,
just
like that's the
you're
thing.
already kind of jumping into a conclusion, and it's like you don't even like
Yeah,
know where you're at yet in this thing.
it's like everybody's kind of crying spoiler, but I don't know. Like I think we all knew the Fantastic Four were gonna. We all knew they were gonna end up in the Sacred Timeline at some point. Like I don't really think it's that much of a spoiler if I'm being honest. Like we knew they were gonna get there at some point because they're gonna have to be there for Avengers Doomsday. But I think it's just more so like how do we get there?
Yeah.
Like I think it's just more about like how are we gonna get there? But I don't think it's a spoiler because I think uh I think we all were gonna get there at some point, you know.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm old. Like I said, I don't like I said, I don't want to sit here and assume like, oh, they did this and it's just gonna happen now. I'm like, you really don't know that yet though. You haven't seen the movie, so you're just making assumptions that that means Galactus must have destroyed their world or they must have lost their world to the incursions and then everything. And it's like, I mean, you can make these assumptions, but like, why would you want to even spoil yourself? Just kind of, just wait. I know like people want to quick to kind of analyze shit, but like, hey man, just how about just wait?
Yeah, like just kind of watch the movie and see what see what happens. See what happens in the movie. Like I think it's more about the journey. Like I don't think it's a spoiler. Like obviously the Fantastic Four weren't gonna die in this movie. Like they obviously weren't gonna die. It's just like none of the new Avengers were gonna die because they
Except for
already told
Taskmaster.
us they were gonna. Yeah, well, like Taskmaster, yeah, like I think we all kind of saw the writing on the wall in that one, except for me. I kind of thought it was gonna be a red herring, but I guess not. It's just I think that we knew they were gonna get to the sacred timeline at some point, but it's just like Andor, right? Like we all know ultimately how Andor's story ends. Now we're just seeing how he gets there. I think it's the same thing with the Fantastic Four. Like we all knew they were gonna end up at the sacred timeline, but now we're gonna go see the movie and we're gonna learn about how they get there.
Mm-hmm. And then,
I
honestly,
think it.
truthfully, that the new Avenger movie did it has actually made me more interested in seeing the Fantastic Four now.
Yeah.
So for those who's like, oh, this hurts the movie, I mean, maybe for you it does, but for me, it did the total opposite. It gave me the total opposite.
Yeah.
Like I'm now more curious to see what actually happens, and like I said, I'm not here to make assumptions about it because I want to see what happens. Like I said, there's so many scenarios of why they're there now. But you know what? I'd rather just wait to see what actually happens than just sit here and speculate and just make up my own little fan fiction here. You know? 'Cause I heard
Yeah.
some people like, oh, this is a ship and they're probably bringing people from their timeline over here. I don't know that. You don't know that either. But I like fan fiction. Or this is that, and they're leaving their planet because of incursions, or someone said they're leaving their planet because they lost to Galactus, and I'm like, yeah, all of y'all fan fiction sounds good, but I'm just gonna wait till it actually comes out to see what happens. But I do appreciate the fan fiction, So I'm never gonna stifle anybody's imagination, but I'm just gonna wait to see what happens. Like I said, it could be one of those things. It could be none of those things. Hell, it could be. There's some people saying, "Oh, they're coming over there to warn the main timeline about Doom." Maybe. Who knows? What if they would come in to warn the timeline about their Thanos? Maybe. You never know. You never know. Anything is possible. But you know what? I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. In fact, when does Fantastic
Yeah.
Four drop again? How
It
much
was
time?
out in July.
That'll come by so quickly. You blink, it'll be here.
Yes. Yeah, like I think, like I said, I think it's just more like I know everybody wants to complain, but I think we all knew they were gonna get there at some point, and I think this is something where that way when we get into Avengers Doomsday, like the movie can just kind of pick up with the action because we don't have to.
Plus,
Like, you know what I mean?
people
Like,
could have said the same thing about the Marvels because you got X-Men at the end of the Marvels. You could have said the same thing about Multiverse of Madness. They all kind of left you with open-ended endings where you can basically make so many assumptions. You can make so many
yeah, so
assumptions
like,
because they left them
yeah,
so
so that
open-ended. Even Doctor Strange Multiverse, with, like I said, he is the first guy to actually address the incursions, and we still haven't heard nothing from him. So, like I said, there are so many variables that people are forgetting from previous MCU movies that it's like you're making this assumption about this one and you haven't factored none of the shit that came before it. Even the Loki series, like all of it's tied together. So you now have to figure out what part of that puzzle gets you here. Because apparently everybody, by all accounts, is causing this incursion. Everyone, not just Doctor Strange. If you look at what's happened, everyone's causing some form of an incursion, messing with the multiverse. Loki, Deadpool. You know what I'm saying? Doctor Strange wasn't the only one fucking around. So, if I was to throw out a theory or some fanfic, the incursions is not because of Strange, it's because of all of y'all motherfuckers. All of y'all. Remember the shit that Captain Marvel was doing in the Marvels? Remember the shit Monica Rambeau did that she ended up in the X-Men universe? Don't you think that could have done something to cause a bit of an incursion? Maybe? He literally jumped to another universe, my guy, and by all accounts, she's still there. She's still there. Don't forget, she's still there. Monica's over there sitting with a woman that looks like her mama and Kelsey Grammer's beast. Okay?
mm-hmm.
So it's like I said, it might not just be Doctor Strange who caused the incursions. The way I look at it, if you look at all the MCUs, they all did it. They all fucked up the multiverse in some form of fashion. So much so that fucking Loki now is sitting there holding it together like a tree. They fucked it up so much that Loki had to sit there and hold it together like a tree. Because, like, if you think about it, when you watch Loki, what was happening in that season of Loki? Reality was coming apart. Why would it be coming apart? Because everybody in that multiverse was fucking it up. To the point he's got to sit there and hold it together. Like I said, so like everybody's sitting there with the fan theories about what, why the Fantastic Four is. Don't forget the other movies still count, dude. The other movies still count. So like I said, like really think about what they did and what's about to happen. And like I said, if anyone's responsible, they all are. Peter Parker's responsible because he asked Doctor Strange to do the dumb shit. Doctor Strange is responsible because he listened to Peter Parker to do the dumb shit. The Marvels fucked some shit up because, like I said, they did some dumb shit. Wanda fucked up because she did some dumb shit too. Remember, she was over there jumping in other bodies and other dimensions. You don't think that'll cause an incursion? So like I said, it wasn't just, it sounds like it's Strange who started it just because the other Illuminati said he did it. But if you really look at what happened to all these movies, it's almost everyone's fault. Because they all did some dumb shit to fuck with. At some point, somebody did something to fuck. Especially, hell, even the Avengers themselves in Endgame. They fucked around with time. Even though allegedly Cap put them all back in the same spot, but yet Cap returned as an old man, which means there is an alternate timeline that he fucked up. He fucked up. Because if he went back, let's think about it. If he goes back to have a life with Peggy Hill, there's still a Captain America on ice in that world. There's still a Captain America on ice in that world, meaning either Prime Cap had to lay low and not do nothing until someone found her Cap timeline in the ice. So yeah, he also fucked shit up. People think, oh, he just went and returned them into the places where they came from. He may have, but then he did something himself to fuck up, to create a new timeline. By not coming back immediately as young Cap, he made a new timeline. And which would also cause incursion. So like I said again, who fucked up who started the incursions? The whole MCU did. The whole MCU did. And I would bet good money that would be the explanation. Not just Strange, but they'd be like, y'all all did it. Every last one of y'all did it. Y'all was over here fucking around with time travel, fucking around with dimensions, fucking around with shit y'all didn't understand, and here we are. So like I said, if I was to sit there and come up with the fan fiction, that would be it. Incursions were started by everyone. Not just one person, everyone.
Yeah.
Everybody did.
Pretty much.
Yeah, because like I said, you go back in those movies, everybody, at some point, someone did something where they did something that they wasn't supposed to mess with. They went somewhere they weren't supposed to go. They did something they really weren't supposed to do. And if we go by the logic of the MCU's timeline, the moment you do some fucked up shit, it creates an alternate timeline. Especially if you're not supposed to be there. And like I said, Tony Stark's went back in time, interacted with his daddy. You don't think that's an alternate timeline? Like I said, they all did it. They all did it. They all did something to mess with the timeline that would subsequently create new variants of that timeline because they did shit they weren't supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? They went back in time just to go back in time. That's two time jumps in the same time. Remember? They went back to first time to go back to New York to get the Tesseract. When they fucked that up, what they do? They had to go back to go get more Pym particles. So you did two time travels in the span of one time. That's definitely fucking up. That's creating actual variance in your timeline. So yeah, again.
Hey,
what's up?
Real quick, I'm out, gentlemen. Duty calls.
All right.
All right, later, bro.
All right, peace.
Later, man. So yeah, like I said, when they asked who created the incursions, the whole MCU did. They're all responsible in some form or fashion. They're all responsible. But let's look at this. Let's jump into some trailer here. We got a trailer. HBO Max. We got season 2 Peacemaker, John Cena. This is part of the new James Gunn DC Studios, DCU, which is also tied in with the Creature Commandos.
Yep.
So let's take a look at Peacemaker season 2.
They're gonna be doing backflips to get you to join.
Welcome, Peacemaker, or do you prefer Chris?
Either's fine.
Can you tell us a little about your skills?
I'm considered the finest marksman in the world.
The mic is off.
Yeah.
I am also proficient in hand-to-hand combat.
How many more of these do we have today?
Is that popcorn still here?
Love popcorn.
My buds are getting really big lately, so.
I have a variety of helmets.
This guy sucks.
Excuse me? Am I supposed to be able to hear you guys?
Excuse me?
You were talking about your butt and stuff. And also you said that I suck.
It is not funny.
I don't get it. We saved the world.
I thought everyone would finally treat us like heroes.
I don't need anybody else to just forge my own path.
You're living in the worst level of Grand Theft Auto.
I've come to the conclusion you suffer from a particularly severe form of toxic masculinity.
What?
Argus has been monitoring Peacemaker ever since Rick Flag Sr. was named director.
Does he know that I am?
Kill this time? Yeah.
Bring me Peacemaker.
Mexicali, you scan for any anomalies throughout that house. Pony Boy, don't let him out of your sight. Titties, I want you to take the front door. Encino Man, you take the back door. Got it?
Yeah, but not the fucking names, dude. You can't just call us that.
Where do you think we are? Fucking Berkeley?
We haven't always been great people. But
we are the 11th Street Kids. No one will ever break us apart.
Oh, cool.
You ready for the next adventure, pal?
Keep on keeping on.
Who the fuck are you? Looks interesting.
Like you know, like the first season was. I enjoyed the first season enough. So
yeah, first season was good. I liked Peacemaker. I think John Cena did a good job.
Yeah.
Although I don't know how Peacemaker sees Peacemaker though. How do you see him right there? Must be the helmet.
Multiverse.
It must be able to pick up signatures or something. I do think it's funny that he's over there getting clowned out by Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
Plus, we get Guy Gardner. We get more Guy Gardner.
Yeah. You know, again, just kind of.
So I guess he doesn't die in Superman movie. Awesome. No.
Just to kind of. Just to kind of reestablish that everything is connected, you know. So you got Rick Flag from Creature Commandos, and then you got Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl from Superman. So it's just
that's Hawkgirl?
you know, just yeah, it's Hawkgirl.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Like who is that? I was wondering who that was. I'm like, I know that's Guy Gardner. I was like, who the other person is? Okay, gotcha.
This is, you know, just a way to kind of establish, like, hey, don't forget, like, everything's connected.
Although I would say my only critique is the Rick Flag they have here and the Rick Flag from Creature Commandos look two totally different looking dudes. So it's like, I know it's animated, but like, y'all really didn't make Rick Flag in the animated look like the dude who plays Rick Flag now. Y'all made him look older.
No, I sort of agree with that, because I think if I'm not mistaken, this show takes place after Creature Commandos.
Yeah, and in Creature Commandos, that senior had like a whole gray head of hair.
Yeah,
and
so
this
I think,
one he's rocking the jet. He's rocking the black with a little bit of salt.
Yeah, so I think they should have maybe kind of. They should have maybe kind of had him here. They should have maybe had him dye his hair up a bit.
Yeah, like
dye his hair a bit more.
Or like I said, since you animated him, couldn't you just animate the hair a different color? Especially if you were basing him literally off the actor. Why didn't we have him look like he does in real life? You're literally using the dude who plays the voice. So that's a little confusing, especially this is all coming from James Gunn. You would think you'd have that continuity on lock right there. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe they'll explain something to us later in the show. Like maybe he dyed it. Maybe he dyed it. I'll give the benefit. But like I said, if that's the one nitpick I would make, it would be that. Like, wait a minute. Rick Flag had a full head of gray hair last we seen him. And now we're over here rocking the jet black. So so it looks like this season is just gonna be what, him running from Flag. It looks like.
Yeah, I think. I think if I recall, I think that's supposed to be like the main premise, right? Like Rick Flag Sr. is trying to get revenge for him killing Rick Flag Jr. in Suicide Squad.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna check out. I liked season 1. I look forward to season 2. Also, I am kind of wondering, like, okay, so since this is all with the new DCEU, I would imagine we get a lot more cameos from other people, maybe in here. I mean, we already see Guy Gardner, so I'd be like, is there a good chance we get that new Superman in here? Unlike the last one, we didn't get to see the Superman.
Like I heard a rumor that Green Arrow is supposed to show up in this.
That's interesting.
That's just a rumor.
Well, listen, I'm down for that. Listen, I am wondering this though. I didn't know his dad's doors opened up into a multiverse. I thought they were just like special rooms that had like weapons and shit in it. I didn't know he had doors that went into the multiverse.
You know what? I'm gonna take a wild guess and I'm gonna say that's like a dream sequence.
You think?
Like that's gonna be like a dream or like a hallucination or something. Like it's either gonna be a dream or like he's gonna get drugged and that's what he's gonna see. Like it's gonna be it's gonna be a thing where like you know he has to confront, like he confronts the worst version of himself in a dream and then he wakes up and he's like, oh, like I'm a better person now.
So we're on SmackDown. I'm watching SmackDown. We got Jade, Cargill, and Nia Jax for #1 contender. Okay. I don't know if they're gonna go to Nia Jax versus Tiffany again. I feel like they probably might give this to Jade, see how she does in the main event scene. I guess that's what they're definitely trying to go for right now because they got her in a #1 contender match, and this is, I think, her first time getting in a match like this where there's like big stakes for a singles title. So I almost think like they want to test Jade and see if she's main event ready.
Yeah, I don't see them going back to Nia and Tiffany. Kind of been there, done that, you know.
Yeah, like I said, Nia Jax again, one of those people. Like right now, you don't really need the belt. Like you don't need the belt right now. You're not in any position that you need a belt to get over. You're kind of over already. Plus, like I said, you were literally recently champion not that long ago, so it's like, yeah, you don't really need to be champion at this moment in time right now. In fact, you know what I would really like to see? Like 2 people I would like to see get like at least one more run at the title for the women's side of things that have all former champions and have not seen the title in so long time. Naomi and your favorite, Natalya. I think those are 2 women that are due for like a title run. If not, like at least one more. At least one more for Natalya. At least one more. Because I don't think Natalya, the last time she was champion, shit, Daniel Bryan still worked for the company.
Yeah.
And Naomi, same thing. Last time she was champion, Vince McMahon was running this shit. I wouldn't mind. But plus, right now, Naomi would be at the best position too to get a title run now that she's doing kind of the heel thing. And it's like, how many other female heels you got on SmackDown right now? You know, so it's like, yeah, this is kind of
Yeah.
the perfect opportunity to throw her in there. Now that she's doing the heel gimmick right now, it's like, yeah, throw her in there. Let her get a heel run with the title. I think both of her title runs in the beginning were babyface. So yeah, give her a heel run.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
In fact, speaking of which, here comes Naomi. There you go. Look at that. I said her name and she appeared, just like Joe Hendry. Jay, don't get distracted, Jay. Look, you're getting distracted. Oh, damn. Oh, she about to get hit with the banzai. The banzai. Uh-oh, no, Nia's gonna win. Well, Nia Jax with the win. Thanks to the outside interference from Naomi.
Well, shows what we know.
Well, you know, you always got to factor in the outside interference. And we were just talking about Naomi. Like I said, she needs to kind of find a way to insert herself into this picture. Like I said, this is the best time for her to get another title run as a heel right now. And she already attacked the women's champion, so she's already kind of making a bid to like, hey, I wanna get up in this picture. I wanna get in this. You know, I already cost Jade a match. I can see somewhere down the road, possibly a 4-way between these 4 women for the championship. Quite possible. You know, a fatal 4-way for women's WWE championship. Nia, Jade, Naomi, Tiffany. Why not, right? I listen. It's already, the table's already kind of set. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah, I could definitely see that.
So yeah, I would think that. Yo, he tried not to laugh. Yo, did you see that?
No, what happened?
So there was a backstage segment between the Prophets, Mia Yim, and B-Fab, and they were sitting there talking, and then like Mia Yim trying to put her hand out to get fired from Dawkins, and like he just left her hanging, bro. He just left her hanging. It was so bad. And then you can see Dawkins trying not to laugh about it because you know he left her hanging. So like B-Fab had to give her the dap because he left her hanging, bro. Oh, that was awkward, bro. That was awkward as fuck. He left her hanging, bro. That's the one rule, man. Don't put your hand out for dap, son. Let the person put their hand out first before you try to do that, because he was not ready to give you dap and left your ass hanging, bro. Like literally left her hanging, bro. That was cool. That was cold. It was cold as ice. Oh man, couldn't be me. It couldn't be me. That was oof. Oof, that was tough to watch right there, boy. He left that ass hanging, boy. He left it hanging so hard. Keith Lee gonna have to come and pick that shit up. Speaking of Keith Lee, where's Keith Lee? Everybody else got their freedom papers. Where his freedom papers?
He's sick.
What's he got?
I don't know.
He must got something for real, if he like that, boy. Well, I hope he get better, man, because shit, I miss Keith Lee, bro. Mr. Bearcat. Question though, is he still under contract with AEW, or we just sick free agent?
Oh, he's still under contract.
Okay, well, at least so that means they must be still. So he's still getting paid then.
Yeah.
All right, shit, good for him, baby boy.
Hey, you know what? I'm kind of now that I'm kind of marinating on it. What if this Peacemaker? What if this is DCU Peacemaker versus DCEU Peacemaker?
Oh, maybe.
Oh, that would kind of be like that would kind of be interesting.
Like, you mean like a Peacemaker who don't give a fuck that he killed Rick Flag and he just being a good soldier?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. I mean, hey, listen, we'll find out. We'll find out.
Because we know that Suicide Squad movie is technically not canon. And we know that season 1 it's weird, right? Like it's a whole like weird thing, but like technically the Peacemaker that we saw in the Suicide Squad movie is not the same Peacemaker that's in this show.
Well, by all accounts, that Peacemaker from the movie should be dead. Says he got shot in the fucking neck. He should be dead.
So they're technically. So I wonder if that's how they're gonna address like the DCEU Justice League showing up at the end of Peacemaker. Like I wonder if that's how they're gonna address it. Like maybe he's gonna kill that version of Peacemaker or something, and that'll be their way of kind of signifying like, yeah, the DCEU is dead. Like everything from here on out is DCU.
Why is Cedric the Entertainer has his own barbecue sauce with Anthony Anderson? Why?
That's a sentence I never thought I'd hear.
Yeah, why
in
is the teddy
2025?
bear making fucking barbecue sauce? I mean, listen, I love the teddy bear, but we are not eating your barbecue sauce, sir. Like, we all about the teddy bear. Hang time, baby. Never forget, hang time. If you know, you know. If you know about hang time, you cool with me. If you know about hang time, you are cool with me. Okay? Because if I say the word hang time and the teddy bear, you should already know Anthony Anderson. Do you know about hang time, Matt?
Yep.
What's hang time? Gotta test you now.
I'm gonna be honest. I actually have no idea. I was just kind of hoping you weren't gonna call me out.
I'm always gonna call you out. Come on now. Hang Time was a TNBC show back in the 90s, like Saved by the Bell, where it was a group of Hang Time was a show about a bunch of high school kids who played basketball. Now, the gimmick of Hang Time was one of the basketball players. Now, get this, Matt. Is a girl. Holy shit!
Whoa.
So yeah, they had a girl on the team, and this is how you know this is TV. One of the players on their team was Anthony Anderson, and Anthony Anderson in his younger years, if you remember him from Transformers the movie, was fat, and he's always been fat. Hence, his character name was the Teddy Bear. His character name, his name was Teddy. They called him the Teddy Bear. That was his gimmick. He was the Teddy Bear, but he can also play basketball. But he was the fat kid on the basketball team of this team in Hang Time. Also, the other gimmick from Hang Time was all of their coaches during certain seasons were like former basketball players. Like real life basketball players. Like one was Reggie something, I forget his last name, but he was a basketball player. One of their other coaches, I think, was like Cheryl Miller, which is Reggie Miller's sister, and she too was a basketball player. And, you know, she was playing ball before the WNBA was around and before that shit was cool. But she was out there balling hard. But yeah, that was the kind of the gimmick they had for Hang Time. Like most of the coaches they had on their team on the show were like actual sports athletes. So that was kind of the gimmick of Hang Time. But like I said, the show was about high school basketball team that had a girl on it, and she can hoop, and the other team could hoop, and they were good. I forget the name of their team, but they can ball. And like I said, Anthony Anderson was on there, known as the Teddy Bear, and they played basketball. And like I said, now he out here making barbecue sauce. And it's like, I'm not buying barbecue sauce from the Teddy Bear. No. Or Cedric Entertainment. And they putting that shit on Arby's burgers. Nah, I know y'all got me fucked up. Who eating Arby's? Did you guys hear about Hasbro increasing their prices on Pulse of pre-orders? If anyone did or not? Pulse because in the trade wars. I mean, listen, they're not the only ones, Daniel. I don't know if you noticed that BBTS had the same thing had the same thing going on where they were literally like Hasbro products on there. They were like, hey, put your pre-order in now to guarantee the price that it is, because anything after is going to be more and you will pay the more. So they were like, hey, pre-order what you want now and we are guaranteed to get it at this price. You doing anything after, it will be more. So like I'm not worried about it, because anything I ordered from Hasbro already is already in my pre-order. So like the new Cobra Commander coming for G.I. Joe, I got him. The Archangel for the X-Force, I got it pre-ordered. The Ultra Magnus from the Studio Series, I got that pre-ordered. The 2-pack X-Force team, I got that pre-ordered. So like I said, anything that I think I needed from Hasbro at this moment, I've already pre-ordered. So I'm locked in to get the price that it is now, so I don't gotta get fucking graped on the tariffs. So I would suggest, Daniel, if there is something you want, if they're giving you a window to get it at the price it is now, pre-order your shit. Pre-order your shit. Do it now. Don't think about it, just do it. Unless you don't mind playing more, then by all means, you wait to buy it when you want to. But if you're trying to save a couple bucks, Hasbro is at least giving you an opportunity to save a little bit of money right now. And they, you know what? Kudos to Hasbro, because they don't have to do that. They really don't.
I don't know.
They don't really have to honor the old price, especially if the new price is going up. They don't have to honor the original prices right now, but they're saying, hey, if you was to purchase or pre-order it now before that deadline hits, then hey, we're not gonna sit there and fuck you over and hike the price on you, especially when you pre-ordered it at this price. You didn't pre-order it at the new price. You pre-ordered it at this price. So we're going to give you the opportunity to pay for it at this price, but only if you come in at this window. After that window, you are subjected to whatever the new price is going to be. And like I said, they don't have to do that.
Hasbro doesn't manufacture anything in China, so I think that's why they can do that, because it hasn't really hit them. Like the major tariffs are all stuff coming from China. Like that's where the major tariffs are. Hasbro doesn't manufacture anything in China.
Well, I mean, they don't manufacture everything, but some of their stuff does, because you forget that they do have partnership with Takara Tomy on the Transformer side of things. So they do receive a lot of stuff from Japan.
Yeah, like basically like all Hasbro stuff is made in Vietnam. Like they moved all their factories to Vietnam like 2 years ago.
Oh, for real? I didn't know that.
So I think that's why, like, it's not like Hasbro is like trying to be considerate for us. I think it's just that because the tariffs haven't really hit them that hard yet, because they don't even deal with China anymore.
Oh,
Like
Fraxium,
all their
Fraxium getting
stuff
a
is
title
made.
shot right now against the Profits.
All their stuff is made in Vietnam. Probably won't happen, but you know what? I think it would be kind of wild if just out of the blue, like totally unexpected, like put the titles on Fraxium.
Yeah, that would be wild if they did that. I hope they don't, but I almost feel like they might. Because the Street Profits are already up in here banged up and everything, and now we just throwing them in a match, so it's like, I could see them doing that, maybe? Yes, we did hear about the Omega Prime having a lot of QC issues, and that's a shame. That's an absolute fucking shame. I'm upset. I'm upset for those who have put in. I didn't put in on this because Omega Prime's not my prime, and I'm not really into that Transformers. And we've had that conversation. I don't need to repeat it, but I'm upset for those who are going through that, because that for the prices they paid and the wait time that they did, this is unacceptable.
I actually could not be happier to hear that it has
Wait, pause. I'm watching the commercial for Arby's, and they're promoting the Anthony Anderson, Cedric the Alexander barbecue sauce. Fucking teddy bear! Fucking teddy bear sauce. I don't want the teddy bear sauce, but I kind of want the teddy bear sauce now. But I don't want to eat it at Arby's. You're gonna try to make me eat Arby's, man. That's fucked up. I don't want to eat Arby's. Cross that bridge when I get there, though. But yeah, like I said, it's that the Omega Prime.
Yeah,
like
I'm
it's
kinda,
what were you say? You say you're happy about that?
like selfishly, I'm happy because I want to get an Omega Prime. I want to catch one on the aftermarket, and if it has like mad QC issues, I'm hoping people will just be offloading him like cheap.
You think somebody's gonna try to sell theirs, or you think one of the outlets, retail outlets online might have them? But see, I don't think the retail outlets would even give a fuck. They're still gonna probably sell that is because they got to get their money.
But I'm hoping some like aftermarket sellers will be like the more people that sell it, the cheaper it's gonna go, the better it's gonna go for me. So my hope is kind of that people will be like, oh man, this, you know what, like this thing is so trash that I don't even want it. I don't even want it anymore. So then they'll just sell it cheap just to try to be like, you know what, let me just fucking get rid of it. And then that's where I'll be able to swoop in and be like, yes, come to me.
Yeah, so I as soon as I think we were talking about it yesterday, and as soon as I heard that from Jimmy, I was like, I went and looked it up, and I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is going on here, bro? But you know what this means? You do know what this means, right?
What?
That Leo Kaiser gonna be fire.
Yeah.
That Leo Kaiser gonna be fire, son, because they are not gonna let this happen to the next figure. Because now they gonna be put to task, boy. If everyone's getting the Omega Prime and they all got that problem, this shit gonna be fire. Because, bro, let them fuck around and that shit come out, the Leo Kaiser come out with some issues. They're almost guaranteeing that the next one they put out might not get motherfucking funded. They almost guaranteeing that their next shit won't get funded if that shit fuck around and have QC issues too. And like that Omega Prime, like a lot of people wanted that Omega Prime, man, and that shit boom, man. Well, okay, Daniel, spoiler alert, I know Jimmy left already, but he already did get his copy, and he too had that issue. Well, no, I don't think he said he had that issue, man. I think he said he say he's taken it out yet?
No, he said he didn't even open his yet.
Yeah, Jimmy hasn't opened his yet, but I'm pretty sure if Jimmy had that issue. We will find out. But like I said, yeah, Jimmy said he got his like a week ago, but he hasn't popped his out the box yet. But like from all accounts that I've seen on YouTube, it's a good portion of people having this issue, bro, and that's one too many. That is one too many. Which is crazy because it's like,
yeah.
hey, Star Saber was fine, Deathsaurus was fine. Why are we getting lazy now?
Especially like considering it's a HasLab, considering like it's like okay, like if it's just like a deluxe class figure that they manufactured like 80,000 of them, then okay, yeah, maybe like a handful are gonna have like QC issues. Like if it's something that was like widely like manufactured, okay, but when it's like a HasLab that was made to order and they only made like 8,000 or 10,000, whatever it was, like, you know, whatever it was, then yeah, you're kind of expecting a little more.
Yeah, it's nuts that like people spend all that money and then waited all this time and now you getting a subpar product and it's not like much you can really do to get replacements or anything because like I said it's you literally are getting kind of like a one of one.
Because like how many Omega Supremes did they make, right? Like 20,000, 25,000, probably something like that, right?
What, the Omega Primes?
Yeah, because it was
I
a
mean,
HasLab. It wasn't like
usually with them they get like it's like 10,000 backers, and yeah, then it goes over. I think it did fairly well, but let's just say yeah,
yeah.
about 20,000. Let's say 20.
So so compare that to like let's say like the Transformers Legacy Armada Prime. They probably made like 500,000, 600,000, 700,000 because it went to retail, it went to all the stores, it went all over the world. So again, if you're making something where you made like 800,000 units and it doesn't come out perfect, then oh okay, you know, okay, yeah, you're gonna have one or two that are gonna be you're gonna have a couple that are kind of junky. Like that's just inevitable. But when it's something where they only made 20,000 and they were made to order, and it took 2 years to get to you, you think like each one would be made almost perfect, you know?
I mean, the way they were sitting there doing all the like going over the test samplers and all that stuff that we would see online, you would think at some point you'd have got a final product and went over it and seen the problem, but I guess we didn't. I guess we just kind of skipped over that part, huh?
Yeah, basically.
Because, I mean, y'all always are here trying to make adjustments on stuff, so it's like, all right, but no one, like I said, no one checked the final product on that? Because, like I said, this ain't like a one person having the same issue. It's multiple people having the same issue. So that means like y'all played with the test sample and said, this is good, and then when the final product came out, y'all didn't say, hey, you know, let's run it through the paces real quick to just make sure everything is nice and tight. Yeah, I just said, nah, we good. We good.
Yeah.
And that's like I said, I feel bad for those who set their put in and then waited all this time to now get a fucking like damn near broken product. I'm just trying to think.
Yeah, like it's kind of unfortunate, like I said, considering that it wasn't like a mass manufactured thing, you know, like they're not making like 800,000 Omega Primes, like they're making only 10 to 20,000. You think they would take the time to kind of craft each one with love, you know.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm glad I didn't go in on that because if I had got mine and that shit had that, I'd be pissed right now. In fact, I'd almost guarantee you that half this show would be on here, would be me shitting on it.
I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to get one now, so I'm hoping that maybe you know, selfishly, like
You
selfishly,
hoping somebody's mad enough to part ways with it?
yeah, like that's what I'm hoping. Like I'm hoping people will be more inclined. Like I know there's people reselling them, but hopefully they'll be more inclined to sell it a little bit cheaper because of the issues.
Yeah,
So I'm kind of,
at that point you would have to because it's like, hold up, bro, you can't even guarantee me that you're giving me one that's not QC free. So it's like you're gonna have to knock it down just in good faith of it might be in a fucked up version. Like
that's what I'm,
you might have to knock off like $50 or something.
yeah,
Cause how do I know I'm not getting a
or
fucked
like,
up? I'm not about to pay you full price or double the price for you to give me a fucked up thing that like, hey, then I might as well not buy that one either. Cause you gonna charge me more for something that's I know is probably gonna be fucked up.
or you know, like somebody will open one and they'll be like, oh man, there's just the queue issues with this are too much. I don't even want it. And then they'll just sell it for like pretty cheap.
I would almost think some people who bought two probably are checking both and like, all right, one's good, I'll keep this one. This one's bad, I'm selling it.
Yeah.
I mean, you might get lucky. You might, more than likely, you'll probably find someone. But like I said, if I make sure if they're gonna try to charge you, they gonna tell them, listen, you have to knock something off, bro, just in good faith that this shit might be fucked up. I'm not sitting there saying make it dirt cheap, you know, get a little money for it, but bro, don't even if you sit there talking about the market price of what it was worth, that you pay for it, no, not even. You gonna have, like I said, I'm gonna need you to drop like at least 50 bones, before we can start talking about some things.
Yeah, exactly.
Cause like I said, we dealing with a defective product out here in these streets, bro, and it's like multiple parts of the figure. It's not like one piece is the problem. Like, no, there's multiple problems on this fucking figure. Like, it's not even like one piece isolated. It's like, no. This piece is this piece is that. And I'm like, bro, that's a problem. That's a real problem.
Yeah.
That's saying somebody did not do their job. Cause how did this go unchecked? How did this go unchecked? Like, this is the reason for the HasLab. This is literally the reason for the HasLab. You are supposed to get the best that your money can buy. You are supposed to get the best your money can buy outside of retail. And now y'all sitting there giving cats, like, jacked up primes? Like, bro, like I said, I'm mad for those who get that shit broken. Bro, I'm mad for you. Cause that's crazy. Like I said, that's a sure bet. That's a sure way to get people to not support your next endeavor. That's all that does. That's a good way to get people to not support your endeavors.
Yep.
And like I said, y'all better make sure that Leo, especially for the Transformer community, that Leo Kaiser gotta be perfect now. That Leo Kaiser's gotta be perfect now. Because I can promise you, if he's not, whatever comes from the Transformer side of things when the next HasLab come around, watch that shit struggle if that Leo Kaiser don't come out perfect. And knowing Hasbro, they funky ass, they gonna try to pump out another Transformer before that Leo Kaiser drops because they gonna try to hedge the bet. They gonna hedge their bets. They're gonna try to hedge their bets. And they might have to be like, bro, I don't know, man. Y'all might want to wait till that Leo come out first. Wait till people get it in hand, Because they're not. I'm saying, son, if the taste in people's mouth from Omega Prime can't be fixed, don't expect something to get funded the next time around. That's all I'm saying. So like this Leo Kaiser better be perfect. It better be perfect for the $325 I spent. That shit better be perfect. Perfect. Or like that girl on the internet goes perfect, perfect. That should be like that, perfect.
Yeah.
Or watch me not invest in any more HasLab products after that if that shit fucking sucks. I will be sitting here on the sidelines looking out my window. Uh-oh, we about to get a big man. Yo, Angelo Dark is too big for the Spanish fly. Oh, shit. The Phoenix Splash, new champions? No, Dawkins with the save L and the elbow. Nice. So far, they're having a good match. Street Profits and Fraxium. I see why they brought them up to the main roster.
It's good too because they need to re-energize the tag team division on the main roster a little bit, you know.
Well, like I said, you know what else could re-energize it if you defended those titles on pay-per-views, on PLEs.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like but again, that's the
I would just like to get in
unfortunate
Triple H
side of
ear if I could, man. I wish if I could do that, like if I could do one thing with wrestling, I'd just like to get in his ear and be like, bro, I'm not saying what you're doing is not good or not bad or whatever, but I feel like can we make the titles feel more important though? Like I said, I don't. Like I said, your 5-match system is not the worst system ever, but it's like I'd rather have title matches on the PLEs and grudge matches or non-title competitions just happen on Raw, SmackDown, or like main event.
see the thing is like the five match
we got new
format.
champions.
There you go. Like the 5-match format wouldn't be that bad.
Oh wait, this is a non-title match.
Oh, it's a non-title match?
Yeah, okay, it's non-title. I thought we had new champions right
Okay,
there.
so like the 5-match wouldn't be bad if Raw and SmackDown each had their own separate pay-per-views, and then you had one every 2 weeks. Then it wouldn't be so bad. But when you only have one pay-per-view a month, and you got 2 shows with 2 rosters, and each show has 6 different titles, that's where it becomes a problem. Because now there's not enough time. Like there's not enough time. Like if they had Raw and SmackDown exclusive pay-per-views and they had one every other week, then it would be a little better because okay, you get like 5 Raw matches. You're just getting 5 Raw matches, so you could get like three title matches and then 2 non-title matches, or you could get like 2 title matches and then 3 non-title matches. That's not so bad. But when you got 2 totally separate rosters, each one has their own set of titles, and then you're trying to cram them all into one pay-per-view a month with 5 matches. It's just like inevitably there's just gonna be guys that are just never gonna see pay-per-views. And I feel like because of how little they care about the tag team, like that's always going to be the thing that's left off. Like, do you think Lyra would be on the pay-per-view Saturday if she wasn't defending against Becky?
Absolutely not. No.
No. Like let's be real. Like that match is not on the pay-per-view because they give a shit about because they're invested in Lyra or because they're invested in the women's intercontinental title. It's just because okay, well we're gonna have Becky on a pay-per-view.
Yeah. Man, Daniel, if I could send them a cease and desist, I would, but they ain't gonna listen to me. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. But hey, like I said, their actions will cause them future money. So like I said, it behests them to not do what they need to do, especially when, like, again, HasLab is supposed to be perfect. It's supposed to be perfect.
Yeah, because again, they're made to order, and they're only making like 10,000 of them.
Yeah.
They're only making 10 to 20,000, and they're made to order. Like each one should be absolutely perfect. Like I would understand if they're making like 800,000, and then a couple hundred are shitty. Then okay, I could understand that. I could give the benefit of the doubt. But when you're only making like 20,000, yeah, like each one should be perfect, considering too how much people paid and considering how long they had to wait for it.
Oh yeah, man, this is crazy though. But you hate to see it though. You really hate to see it, man. You wait that long for something to show up, and then you get it, and it's just like, oh man, it's already dog shit. That's and it's like there's nothing you can do about it. You ain't go unless Hasbro starts sending out replacement pieces or something for people. Like it's just like, yeah, man, ain't much. You just gonna have to eat that. You gonna have to eat it. You gonna have to probably do some customizing.
Yeah.
You might have to pull out the glue, something. Which is like, man, if you gotta do all that, then that should have a motherfucker pissed. That should have had me pissed. If I gotta start do some surgery, nah, bro. If you gotta make me do surgery on my figures, man. That's how you make an enemy out of me, bro. That's how you lose my money. That's how you lose my money.
Big time.
I'm still trying to figure out why we going so hard to push this McAfee, man. Like, he's not a wrestler.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, like Gunther should win that match in like 2 minutes. Like Pat McAfee should not give Gunther any kind of competition or like opposition.
I mean, we'll find out tomorrow. Backlash is tomorrow, so.
Yeah. But unfortunately, I gotta kind of dip out early too.
Yeah, it's all good. I think we could wrap it up here. We pretty much talked about everything we need to tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, enjoy your work, man. Don't work too hard over there, brother.
All right, bro. You take it easy. I'll catch up with you later. Thanks everyone for watching. And birds aren't real.
You got that right. All right, people. Appreciate y'all coming out here tonight. As always, smash that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the bell so you stay notified. We'll be back here next week to talk all those things that we like to do around here. We'll finish up Endor and anything else that pops off. So, for Jimmy, he, as you would like to say, jiggle that pickle, and as Matt said, birds are not real. So, y'all have a great night and a great weekend, and remember to always kick out. Thick boys out.
Time has come, I'm ready to go. Venturing into the unknown. Fire's inside me, must be unleashed. People talk nonsense all the day. shampoo kind, that's all they can say. I can't get no satisfaction. Woo-hoo! Challenge may have come. Woo-hoo! Fighting just begun, but there's no stopping. People spreading out my wings. Let's fly high. Woo-hoo! Concentrate my power. Woo-hoo! In the final hour, in the end, I'm gonna win. I hope you die. Don't you know I'm unstoppable? Don't even try, cause you will fall. I got a strength deep in my soul that gives me courage and control. I'll go beyond the limit break. The universe is mine to take. I have no fear. I think it's clear. Let's keep you tight high. Get all this Dragon Ball Super. We got the skill to blow Xeno rain.